My name's Aaron. I'm 24 years old. I was born from two really young parents. My mom was 18 at the time and my dad was 19 years old. And I just remember a lot of tough times, a lot of arguments I've seen when I was little. We ended up going from kind of like house to house every year, and it was very just hard seeing all these things happen in my life. And so middle school was really rough for me because I felt alone, I felt depressed, I didn't know what my purpose was in life. Transitioning from middle school to high school, I just remember feeling really low on myself. Obviously that depression was still there, and my senior year I ended up getting into a relationship, and she introduced me to Central. I saw G come up on stage and he started rapping, and rapping just got me motivated. I was like, wow, you could rap at church? Shortly after that, the girl I was dating and I broke up. Probably one of the most depressing times of my life. This is one of the first times in my life that I actually was thinking about suicide a lot, and I was really low, and I knew I was at a crossroads. I had attached my faith to her indirectly, and I found out that I didn't even know who I was really. And so when we broke up, I felt like I had to figure out who I was. And again in my life, I think I felt like I had no sense of purpose and no sense of meaning. So towards the end of my senior year, my parents had a really big argument, and it came out that when my mom was pregnant with me, that my aunt had suggested she get an abortion. And I felt like nothing made me happy, nothing really brought me true joy, nothing really made me feel complete. I just felt like useless. And I thought, what is stopping me? And from there is when I had that moment with God in my car. I was in my car on the way to work one morning, and I was crying, and I was just reminded of that story when Jesus was on the boat and he was sleeping, and his disciples were panicking because there was a storm, and they woke up Jesus, and he was like, "You have such little faith." And then he told the storm to stop, and for me that stopped my tears physically. That was a very pivotal part of my life, and I think it saved my life. The first time I came to Central was the first time that I experienced this feeling of being okay. Central's slogan is, it's okay to not be okay, but I truly felt that. That was God's little tug for me to come home, and that was his kind of confirmation for me, like, you belong here. Now that I'm here, and now that I have people in my life, I feel strong. And if you're out there and you're struggling, you're not alone, and I'm right there with you. And we have a whole family here that is right there with you, and I feel like being here at church is more than just a place. It's a home, and it's a place to be yourself, and it's a place to finally just let go of all those chains that have been holding you back all your life, and just finally be the person that you were meant to be.